Okay, so welcome to, what are we on? Season 5, Episode 8. Really getting up there. This is Arizona Splendor. And this is definitely a pretty hype composition. It's kind of how we have like this like a mountain plain. And then we're just like going right into like a little like riverbank. It's pretty unique. I like it. I like it. It's like remix of what you'd expect from Bob Ross. It's just like just a little different, but it's very in line with what one would expect. But I'm vibing. I'm big vibing with it. That's a definite. I looked over at Discord, or I saw something just pop up in the corner that I'm like, bruh, what is that? A gift that I do not know if I will be. I probably shouldn't click on it currently. And for the 900th painting in a row, we are starting the canvas off with a complete fill with the light blue tone. Just usual stuff, you know how it is. I have a feeling this is gonna be a faster painting. I just like have that itch. I can just kind of tell. Like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a quickie. I can feel it. Especially because there's like nothing to do in the sky, basically. Like the sky is pretty much already done and it's been like a minute. Like it's just like take a little bit of blue and fade it out with a bit of white. Excuse me. And that's basically the sky for this one. There's like, I guess there's like kind of a cloud on the right side here. Like I guess like these like white bits, I guess kind of could be clouds maybe. Either way though, just want it to be not like complete blue. Get that fade out a bit, because that's something I noticed. I feel like in a lot of these paintings, I look at it afterwards, and I realize that I should have made the sky more white toned, just like had it be paler. I feel like I frequently I just like don't do that. I don't know. Okay, definitely with this mountain-esque thing, we're definitely going to block it in with the Mario brush with the light gray. And this thing goes like all the way to the top, basically. Goes all the way up there. So I am unrelated to that. I'm just glad though that even though I slept, I think, God, I think it was like 5.5 hours. I'm pretty sure it was at least 5. Pretty sure it was at least 5 hours I slept, but I'm like, damn. I'm glad I'm at least here doing this and not just skipping out on today. So I feel like that's something I could have done. Is just been like, oops, I'm gonna skip today. You know, that's actually what I did last week. last Monday, I actually didn't do it. Coincidentally enough, now I'm thinking about it, because that's the day that Skittle went home. But to be fair, on that Monday, I was actually so extremely tired. Like, I think that day, I slept like 3 or 4 hours and was so fucking tired. So it was kind of funny that like 2 weeks in a row, 2 Mondays back to back, I got the same sort of thing. Also, Owl, no audio, rip. Unfortunate for the no audio gang. And see, there's like a little bit of blue like in this like slope over here. Just like a touch of blue. I don't know if I'll incorporate that because I don't know if it'll look right with Mario Paint values. It might just be better off just to omit it, possibly. I can definitely feel like I am not completely rested. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. But we push on. Which I do think that I am indeed not gonna do MM today, even though I said last week, like, oh yeah, we'll get back to the MM. But today's also Mario Day, so it's like, damn, I guess I should just do some Iron Mario, huh? I'm like, damn, I am not feeling the MM today, just because I am under-rested. You know, if I am actually not feeling it, then it's like, you know, I feel like at this point, why bother pushing it? Why bother? Just chill. Just chill, dude. Just relax. Just relax. I'm glad that I'm on week 2 of actually recording Mario Paint Monday, since I've been extremely lazy about doing the whole Twitch highlight stuff just because it's more annoying than it needs to be. I mean, I wish we didn't have to deal with it at all, honestly. I wish that just wasn't a thing that had to be dealt with, but yeah. I mean, I guess technically I could just decide to not do anything about it and just be like, yeah, sure, well, I'll just delete all these like old highlights that realistically nobody's watching. But it's like, I want them. I want to keep the history. I mean, hell, there were like actually like looking through like my old Twitch highlights, there actually have been like 2 or 3 that I did like outright just delete. So I was like, I know I don't want this anymore, like just at all. Super fucking Marten. That's right, Marten. Morning, fellow Martin. How's the weather there today? I haven't stepped outside today, shocker, but it's currently 12 Celsius. It was 10 Celsius earlier. Now it's 12, which is something Fahrenheit. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Yeah, I definitely high key, like, because my dad like had the heat on last night, which I definitely turned it down before I went to bed. And then before I started stream, I definitely just turned it off because I'm like, we do absolutely not need the heat on at all right now. Like, I'm like, I am turning this shit off. Stepped into the garage to grab something outside, and it was colder in the garage than it was outside. That goes hard, honestly. It's still just so tragic that literally as soon as Skittle left, the weather like started getting better. Just so tragic. Because it was just so unfortunate that like there was basically every walk we went on, like there were, like one of the like the first walks we went on, I was like so fucking cold the entire time. I was just like freezing, and it was so uncomfortable. And it's like, damn. Like if we could have went for walks like during this weather, oh my god. It would have been beautiful. Yeah, I was looking at the weather last night, and it seems like we're just in the clear now for around here because at least like on my phone it said for like the 10-day forecast that it was just like nice. That was just be like in the positives, double digits even some days, like today. For the next 10 days, I'm like, all right. If we see any more snow, new snow come down, that will be fucked. I'll be genuinely surprised if we get any more snow at all. I won't be fully surprised if it gets like a little chilly, like a couple days. Like I expect maybe like at least one more randomly cold day, but maybe it's just a nice early spring. You know, when does spring like illegally start? First day of spring. Oh, it's actually March 20th. Oh, I didn't think it was that soon. Well, sheesh. I thought the first day of spring would have been in April, honestly. Because I think it's low-key crazy. Like, it always, like, messed me up when I learned that at some point in time, a long time ago, that the first day of winter is December 21st. Just because, I guess, like, you associate December with being like, yep, it's Christmas month and wintry. But then it's like, oops, only, like, the last, like, week of it. Only last week and a half of December is actually considered winter, technically speaking. They were the cause. Skittle caused winter to end here in Canada. Thank you, Skittle. It's okay, Skittle will be back. And when they will, it'll be nicer. It'll be just better weather. We're at 14 minutes into this painting. I'm looking for a 50-minute painting on this one. I think that's my read. So I think what happens in a lot of these paintings is I end up just like stopping like midway through, and I'll just like be talking randomly about just whatever thing. Also, I hope Prak is okay. It's been more than 2 minutes into the stream and he hasn't shown up yet. Because Prak is usually very consistent with showing up very early into the stream, which is always surprising to me. I'm like, how are you always here so fast? It's like impressive. High key, impressive to me. I need to get this Carlos gif he posted off my screen. I need to get that out of there. Illy Carlos, but goddamn, dude. This water is also gonna be interesting to do because it's kind of like a muddy like creek, I guess you could call it. I like that you get like the vibrant like blue reflections in it from the sky. I think that goes hard. Alright, let's begin blue. Let's try sprinkling a bit of blue down here. Maybe going with like the line and just like, phew. And then maybe we come in with the white. Just fade that out a wee bit. Let me just like real quick let's get this, because we're gonna have like a bit of a little bit of like that going on. Just get a bit of like a base in here for the now we gotta Mario brush this. Mario brush the big part. That'd be crazy. Imagine like a Mario Paint Monday where I only use the Mario brush. Damn, that could have been today. Mario brush only for Mario Day on Mario Paint Monday. It's actually a blessed day. Like, the fact that life worked out in a way where Mario Day landed on Mario Paint Monday. It's like they knew. They just knew. Ugh. Okay, maybe we take this. We do that. That's a definite sip of water real quick. You know, I feel like if I wasn't streaming today, I feel like for some reason, like the vibes right now, I feel like today could have been a good day to do some just cleaning, just some house stuff, aka just throwing out things that are just filler, random, useless garbage. That's just unnecessarily existing in the house still. Like today, I don't know why. Maybe it's because like, oh, I have the window open and just be vibing. Maybe it's because I'm just like sleepy right now. I should make a Skittle iced coffee later. That'd be a crazy timeline if I'm me out here making iced coffee at home. I already had a tea today. I already had that tea going for me. Maybe today will actually be a day where I go to bed at a decent time, because for like 2 days in a row now, I keep going to bed late as fuck. And it's like, yep, I need to not do this. I need to like, we need to get back onto the more okay sleep schedule grind. And what do I keep doing? Not that. I can tell you that much. I don't think I fell asleep last night until around, like, it was like 7:30. Like, the sun was, like, coming up. I was like, bruh. Thankfully, I fell asleep, though. Like, I wasn't, like, tossing and turning for too long. I definitely remember, like, I was hot. I was, like, pretty warm. Because I usually sleep with... It's like the default loadout that I've been using is, like, I have, like, this one thin sheet, and then I have a weighted blanket, and then I have, like, another sheet on top of that. And I got rid of the sheet on top, and then I think at some point I might have like just like tossed most of the blanket off me entirely. So I was like, I am warm feeling right now. Also, I'm glad to see with the recording plus the stream, I'm not getting any encoding errors today, which is nice. I love not getting encoding errors, or encoding overload, I think is what it said. That's what I was getting before. I think because my like preset, it's called in OBS, I think before was set like too low, I guess, for both the recording and the streaming. So I like turned them up one, I think. Which to my understanding, it should make a extremely negligible difference in quality. Like, I think, yeah, it in theory might look slightly worse, but I'm also streaming at a higher bit rate. And I know like a higher bit rate, you know, that's definitely like the bit rate is like one of the most important things in terms of like having your stream look better. 25 minutes in. It's crazy to think that like Bob would be like done by now. But it's like definitely one just like useful thing with like, you know, real actual painting is there's just like so many little things that because of like just how real paint functions and interacts speaking, like so many little like little things just happen naturally, whereas like in Mario Paint you don't get those same sort of effects naturally, where you have to kind of like you have to like manually paint them all in. It's like when he paints a mountain and like he uses like the palette knife and he gets like those little like ripples of like white for like the snow, showing like all the like little like crevices where there's like shadow and like the snow like just like not reaching every single part. Maybe like if he had to like manually paint all of those instead of like having the knife apply that with the technique that he uses. That's like, I feel like that's like just pretty much like the main thing that makes these take longer, at least for me. Maybe there's somebody else that could do it that would take less time. I can only imagine that, at least in terms of Mario Paint, there's probably someone out there, probably many people who could do better than what I'm doing. There's probably some like low-key Mario Paint master out there that I'm unaware of. I definitely don't claim to be the expert. I just happen to do it. And here we are doing it indeed. It's interesting how this is kind of like it's like a somewhat typical Bob mountain, but then there's also these like green bits on it, which I'm opting just to use the dark green because I feel like the light green, like if I use it on the mountain, it actually doesn't look too bad, but I feel like the dark green just works better. Like if I had to pick the dark or the light green for that, I think I picked the dark green here. Mad Prack, there you are. I was getting worried. It's been more than 5 minutes into the stream. That's a definite sip of water for sure. Yo, congrats on the 7 stream watch streak. Blame it on your work. It can go to hell. Is it just a busy day today? If only Janice was doing her job properly. Janice? Ugh. I wish we had a Janice I could blame. Ugh. Well, the good news is you're here now. I hope you enjoyed Skittles' Canadian food place tier list that they put together last. Well, I made the tier list and sent it to them. I was thinking about that for like a little bit. I was like, yo, I should make a tier list and see like how they rate stuff. I think the funny thing is that like after Skittle finished it, they sent it to you and I was like, are you gonna send it to David? Or like, I was originally gonna say you should send it to David, and he was like, oh yeah, I don't know why I didn't think to send it to David. Because I was like, I know David's been to like basically all these places. It was interesting, but I can't wait to get on Flaming Stove, so it's an S+ or S, but above Osmos. Ooh. I wonder where Skittle would put it, because yeah, Osmos was definitely the place that Skittle went back to the most. I think Skittle had Osmos like 3 times the time they were up here. Okay, I think I'm getting ready to move on from this mountain. I feel like I've been putting a lot of work into this mountain. You know, the Flaming Stove is very good. It's definitely a different vibe than Osmos. It's just a little different. Damn. Huge shouts to when you brought Flaming Stove over to my place that one time. You brought it from all the way from your place, from your area over. And I was like, Fog. This goes hard. Oh, Pracky. It was actually so tragic that like garlic crust, especially because we got garlic crust twice, and the second time it wasn't very good. It was it wasn't bad, but it was like disappointing. And the first time we got it, I was definitely a little So I'm like, damn. Like, did they get like new workers and like ruin the place or something? Actually, the worst timeline. If they got like new staff and they're just like not good. Because I'm pretty sure it was we got it like the first time we got garlic crust was when you and David were over. I'm pretty sure. And I was like, this isn't like as like juicy as it usually is. I mean, hell, I remember like I asked for like extra sauce and they like barely gave me any sauce. I'm like, hello, where's my extra sauce at? But then like the second time Skittle and I got it, like mine felt like it was barely cooked. Like it was so pale. And I know like on mine, I asked for like extra sauce and light cheese, and I'm like, did they give me like normal sauce and like lightly cooked or something instead? So I'm like, this shit is not cooked fully, and I'm pretty sure Skittles was also like not like cooked fully. So I was like, maybe next time you're up here, we have to try Geno's, because I know there's a Geno's around here that I haven't been to. But Geno's was lit back in college. That was my go-to pizza place during college, was Geno's. And I haven't been to the one up here. So we're done with the mountain. I'm done with working on this mountain. Yeah, so like maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's because Fig moved away and they're like, "Oh, Daniel isn't going to be coming back here anymore. We don't need to make this good anymore." Maybe that's what happened. It's weird because I remember like growing up, New Orleans was lit. They were so good. And then there was like some arc where they weren't very good. And then like in over like the past like few years they've been like lit AF, and then I guess now they're just like not good anymore. I'd be surprised, like that would be like wild if it was like they just happen to have like 2 bad days back to back, maybe. Both times we happen to go there. But like, I don't know. I feel like if the place is like truly good, like I don't know. I feel like that's pretty questionable if it's like disappointing like multiple times in a row. In my opinion. But I guess it's like the amount of times that I've been there. Like over the years, the amount of times I've been there, it's been good. Like pretty much every time that we would go there as well. Because I think about like Osmos, for example, where it's like, it's been good basically every single time I've been there. And stacked. Which is still whack that the first time Skittle went to stacked was like the worst experience I've ever had at stacked. At least they got the redemption arc at stacked. Thankfully. Thankfully we got the redemption arc out here. I think we had to go in the morning or something because we went when they were closing, so they probably didn't give a fuck. I think that's what like Skittle or somebody said, but my thing about that is pretty much every time that we as a group have ever been to stacked, it's usually at like minimum 2 p.m. usually. It probably is a little better if you go like before like 11. But also it's like we'd like normally go there later, like towards closing for them. So I don't know. That was definitely just like a freak accident we had that day where like they had probably some, like negligent employee, or like maybe they were busy as fuck. Like prior to us getting there. I remember like the shock I had when we were at Stacked that first time. I was like, nah, Skittle, it is not supposed to taste like this. Like when you and I had Osmos from that place at BGDQ1, where they seasoned the chicken super poorly, super weird. I don't know, I wonder what they did, because it was definitely like they seasoned it like so weird at that Osmos location. Yo, Phantom, need to know where an Arizona looks like this. Beats me. It's possible that in the video that maybe I almost said Blue Bob. Maybe it's possible in the video that Bob Ross like mentions where he was or something. Since I know he'll like talk about that sometimes. Be like, yeah, you know, was up in blah 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 area. Also, I guess I probably should have done a bit of the water stuff before I fully did this. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. How are you, Phantom? How are you today? I think they over-seasoned it or was overcooked. I would believe it was over-seasoned. I'd believe that. That is definitely possible. For it to be over-seasoned. But, you know, like, when we had that Osmos experience, like, I was definitely still, like, mine was still edible, because I know you, like, didn't really like yours that much. I was like, I can still eat this. Like, it wasn't, like, actively bad for me. I was like, this definitely just tastes different than what it's supposed to taste like. But the only other weird experience I've had at Osmos was this one time where they just seemingly gave me the wrong order, because they gave me an order that had like a bunch of feta cheese over it, and I was like, this is like I was able to like pick most of it off, but it's like they like dumped a fuck ton of feta cheese on top. I'm like, this is definitely like just the wrong order. God, I remember like trying to call that location at the time and basically ask if I could get some kind of like compensation or something next time I went in, because at the time it was a further away Osmos. It would have been like another like, since I was already home when I noticed, it would have been like a 40 minutes probably, like round trip, just to get there and back. And I was like, man, like I don't want to drive like another hour basically right now. Took a shower, made a smoothie, so alright so far. Let's go. What's in the smoothie? I've acquired recently some unsweetened protein powder, so maybe sometime I'll get back into the smoothie arc again. I enjoy a good smoothie. Especially because in smoothies, you can just like toss in like, yeah, I'll just toss in like a bunch of spinach for free like nutrients. And like it doesn't like affect the taste like at all, pretty much. That's like a broken thing with like smoothies and spinach, in my opinion. Milk, peanut butter, banana, strawberries, and honey. That sounds good. See, that's like one thing is the only milk we have is usually this unsweetened almond milk. And so when I was trying to make like a protein shake the other day, just with like, I just used like the powder, the almond milk, and then I used a little bit of like cocoa powder and cinnamon. I was like, this is drinkable, but it is begging for like some kind of sweetener. It's begging for it. Which, yeah, banana, like if I felt like busting out the blender and doing all that, that probably would have solved the issue. But I was like, damn, like, you know, I want to just like do I just wanna just make it real quick with like the shaker cup that I have and not deal with the blender. But I did choose to get unsweetened protein powder. I guess because I was like, if I'm getting like some protein powder, I guess I might as well get like unsweetened stuff. I wish there was a lighter brown I could pick for this. Like I have this, but this is like, it's a bit too red. Like I want this tone, but just slightly lighter. That's what I want for this, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Also, randomly, so this would have been like when Skittle first came up here back in the end of January. That first weekend, we got some birthday cake Baileys. Which, shout outs to that birthday cake Baileys. Going kind of crazy. But we made like these like milkshakes with it, where we just got like some like milk, vanilla ice cream, and then the Baileys, and just threw it all into the blender. And I'm honestly surprised like how good it was. I'm like, damn, okay. But I was getting abs the other night for it was specifically like vegan flavored, like Bailey's flavors. I think one was like cookies and cream, and another one was, I think it was just like a coffee. Just coffee flavored. But I still have that birthday cake Bailey's just chilling in the fridge. So that's a definite eyes emoji. Which I'm thinking about. Literally, recently I was saying, yeah, I'm probably not gonna drink probably until the end of the month, and then literally on Saturday I had a drink. Not with the Baileys, but I just like had a drink unrelated to the Baileys. So I'm going to a wedding at the end of March, which is in like 2.5 weeks. It's in like a week and a half. Hello? Or no, it is 2.5 weeks. I'm dumb. Okay. Used the last year chocolate Baileys last night. Ooh. We only got the birthday cake Baileys because I know Skittle was like interested in it. I think we kind of memed about getting the birthday cake Baileys, and then we actually got it. Which I know the like the bottle for the Baileys, it straight up says like, oh, enjoy it over ice. And I'm like, I wonder how that tastes, just like pouring some of that birthday cake Baileys straight into a glass and just drinking that outright. Like it's probably pretty decent, if I had to guess. Also, Adge, allegedly. Never really drink straight Baileys, usually like a shot for a glass of milk or hot chocolate. I know that's the thing, yeah, like people like, yeah, pouring it into hot chocolate or like, they're like coffee. Honestly, I think this, when we made those milkshakes, I think that's the first time I've ever had Baileys personally. I can't think of a time that we would have had that I would have had Baileys prior to that. It's never really something that we've ever gotten. Whenever we'd be drinking with the homies, it would usually always end up being like tequila was the classic, or drinking wine, or drinking. We had our arc of Crown and Cran, which is Crown Royal and cranberry juice. Bring that back. That was honestly lit. The cranberry juice and Crown Royal. Yeah, which actually the drink I made on Saturday night was, it was just water, because okay, so for context, at GDQs, the strat that people did, which I assume people probably still do, but the strat people were doing at GDQs, I remember at one point in time, was they would get a water bottle, you would like drink a little bit of it, and then you'd put like a bunch of Mio in there, and then like vodka, and just shake it. And then that was your drink. And so like I'll like do that at home sometimes when I'm making a drink, and just do like water, Mio, and then I did ice, lemon juice, and peach crown. It was like 2 shots of peach crown. I didn't measure it. I just kind of poured a bunch in. I was like, huh, that actually turned out pretty good. Which actually, I don't know. If your ears are still on prac, I used some of the peach mango Mio from when we were at your place last. That Mio actually goes so hard. Shouts to that Mio. It's funny that I don't use the Mio for anything other than like making drinks. I just know when I'm at this wedding, I'm gonna be going in on the margaritas. That's what I'm gonna be going in on. Especially because when I was at Prax last, we bought this like little like box thing that was this margarita mix, and it looked so good, and it was like, yep, just like put in the fridge and just drink it outright and you'll be chilling. And it was not very good. I was so disappointed, especially because I was like hyping myself. I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna be so good, and then it was just not good. It wasn't even the fact that it was like, yeah, it wasn't even like the fact that it was just like okay or something. It just like wasn't good at all. It was so tragic. Like why has this margarita mix betrayed me, lovers? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because I'm thinking about people at GDQ doing water bottle Mio vodkas. I can tell this story from AGDQ 2019, where we went down to the stream room to watch Murmilio. Shouts to Murmilio, to watch his Octopath run, which I've never played Octopath. But we were like, yo, Murmilio, back when he like existed more. So we were like supporting the homie. And we had these like bottles of grape. It was called Fierce Grape Gatorade. And we like drank them all, kept the bottles, and then we filled it up with wine and just took it to the stream room. And we did not get caught. But That one kind of hard. Oh man. Margaritas you make are pretty basic with just lime juice, tequila, and triple sec. I mean, if it's good, right? I feel like sometimes it's probably better to like not use a ton of stuff, especially if you're like me, and like I'm definitely no pro drink maker or anything. But I'm like, I feel like when I make a drink, it's usually better if I use less stuff. Like I feel like I just noticed that because there are some nights, like or like some like weekends where a bunch of us are hanging out, and I'm like, I'm trying to make a drink or something, and it's like, maybe I should add a little bit of this, and I just like go too ham with everything. Like I just put too many things in there, and it just becomes like a mess. Wait, what? Exactly, Prac. Wait, what? Damn, I'm not gonna get a sub 1 with this. I said I was gonna sub 1 with this painting, and I am not gonna get a sub 1. Blubbers. You have a question? Yes, Pracky. What is your question? Also, while Prac is typing his question, I need to say that I got this, like, I got toner again recently for my face. And, like, you know, everything online says use, like, a cotton ball or a cotton pad to, like, apply it to your face. And I got some cotton pads, and bruh, these things, like, tear the fuck apart. Like, I put a little bit of toner on, and after, like, using it for, like, 3 seconds, they just start, like, peeling and such. And I'm like, man, fuck this. I'm going back just to putting the toner on, like, in my hands and just splashing it on my face and just, like, rubbing it around like that. I'm like, I'm done with these cotton pads. They were, like, I think, a couple bucks. It was like 300 or something. It was like 300 cotton pads that I got. Like, I was like, do I need to be like extremely fast with these or something? But I was like, this like feels like a giant pain in the ass. So I'm just like I'm probably just better off not using them. Like maybe it's like better so like it's less of you touching your face with your fingers. I don't know. Instead of coming down on April 4th to bring your bong, would you be open to coming the following weekend and staying at your house until Easter because it's a long weekend that third weekend? That is a thought I have not thought about at all. TBD. It's possible that Skittle might be here too. Maybe. I don't know what is actually happening, but they said that they like were maybe wanting to come back after the wedding's done. So we'll see. Now, what tone do I want to use for these trees? Because the problem I'm having right now is like I want to use like this brown color, but I've used the same brown color for everything. For like so much in this painting, so I'm like, it just like won't stick out. So maybe I just use like the gray or like this peach tone and just go over it with a darker value. But I'm like, I think you have to get better quality pads, but I just do it with your hands now because you're lazy. Yeah. Same, me doing it with my hands. It's like, if I have to deal with just like using the cotton pad and like it peeling all over my face and then having to peel it the cotton off my face afterwards, like I'd rather just skip the cotton part entirely. That's what they told me. It does give more time for them to come down since April 4th is like right after the wedding. Yeah. It'll just be nice that it'll, like, by then actually be nice weather. Well, it's already pretty nice weather. But it'll be nice. Man, what if Blue Bob comes over? Blue Bob blubbers. I try getting like spray bottle toner. I got that like, I think it's like the pretty like iconic one, like the Thayer's toner, witch hazel toner with aloe vera in it. I think they have a variant that has like a spray bottle, like a spray lid. I mean, it's not like that big of a deal, just like pouring some in my palm and just, and then, it's not that big of a deal. Maybe this is what I do. Maybe I put it down with the gray, and then I use like the brown on top of it like this. I feel like today though, I was like, huh, my skin be looking kind of good today. Like low key. Even though ignore the part where I didn't sleep very much and I'm like kind of tired right now, but that's okay. Actually, like prac, ugh, I'm tired. Welcome back, Owl. You got your COVID booster. Congrats. Congrats. Do you feel amazing now? Another day, another slay, he said, tired and gay. That was like the freest at prac when I saw that. Actually prac. And it was like just like a random person that just showed up on my like Discover. Which I gotta say, for those who use Blue Sky out here, I don't understand why they have it so when you go to like the Discover tab, at least for me, also I'm connecting to chat, question mark. My internet is still functional though, question mark. Twitch, okay, we're back. When I go to my Discover feed, it just will sometimes show me posts that are from like my people I follow, and sometimes I'll see posts from me. I'm like, why is it showing my own stuff like in the Discover feed? Like that does, like, why would I ever want to see my own posts in my Discover feed? Like, I'm like, surely this is just like a bug of some kind, right? Hopium. But like, what the hell? At the same time. It's already starting to make you feel off. I guess that's... At least you know it's doing something. I feel like I remember, like, when everyone, like, was first getting, like, their vaccies. I feel like I remember, like, there was, like, one time, like, where Fig was, like, I don't feel sick remotely at all from this. Like, I kind of wish I was getting sick, so at least I know it was doing something. It's always just interesting with the COVID booster, or just vaccies in general, just how, like, sometimes people get, like, extremely sick from them, and other people, like, don't feel anything at all. I think it's pretty wild, just how, like, different some people just, like, react to it. And I forget who it was, but there was, like, someone in our group who, I remember they said when they, like, got one of their, COVID shots, that they said that, like, the liquid, like half of it, like, went down their arm or something, that, like, the person, like, just didn't do a very good job of, like, injecting it. It's like, they were like, did I even get, like, the full effect of it or whatever? I'm like, Monka. Everyone do be a little different. This is true. Another day, another sleigh, he said, tired and gay. Oh, not Prac, but random person. On Blue Sky. Which apparently Twitter was down for like a long time today, so Pog. I think it's back up, so less Pog. But honestly, it's kind of a blessing in some ways that I like randomly got logged out of my Twitter on desktop. So I was like, all right, I guess I'm just like not gonna log back in. Like I straight up did not log myself out. I just like went to it. Like I randomly clicked on like a Twitter link one day, like a month ago, and it was like, you're logged out. I'm like, okay. I guess I'm logged out now for some reason. I already wasn't using it anyways at that point. Like I already stopped using Twitter. Which I still have it on my phone, but I deleted the app off my home screen. So it's like I have to go into, I guess, like the like all apps section on my phone if I really wanted to open Twitter. Like first I already moved the Twitter app to like its own screen on my phone a while back. So it's like if I wanted to use Twitter, like it was like on like a completely separate screen that I would have to actively scroll to. And then I removed it from my home screen entirely, so I would have to like actively like go find it if I wanted to use it. And then now we're just logged out on desktop, so it's like, yep. But I don't even know what I would even like go on Twitter for at this point, because pretty much like any person that I would want to be keeping up with, like they're probably using Blue Sky at this point anyways. Speaking of apps being stupid, so I had this scenario that's been occurring lately, which I think it's fixed now, question mark, hopium. But so I've been having this thing with Snapchat for like a month now, where they'll just be really annoying about this, bro. They'll just randomly send me like a bunch of like notifications of things of like, hey, check out this person's Snapchat story. Like, I'm pretty sure on Saturday, I got, like, a notification, like, 4 times in the same day to look at Cloud's Snapchat story. Which I'm pretty sure it was, like, the same story. Like, he didn't, like, add anything new. It was, like, the same story that I had already seen. And oh my god, and I'm like, why the fuck are they giving me notifications for this constantly? Like, it was making me consider just like deleting the damn app altogether, because I was like, this is like so obnoxious. Like, and I remember like I had this happen a few months ago, and at that time I tried looking in the Snapchat settings to see if I could disable it, and I didn't find anything. And then I was coincidentally talking to Arma about this last night, because that was happening, and they showed me that you have to go into like your phone's normal ass settings app, and turn off the notifications from there. And I'm like, why the fuck is it in the normal settings app and not Snapchat? Like, what? Oh, and also Snapchat gave me an email. They sent me an email for, hey, check out these messages that you haven't opened yet. I'm like, why the fuck are you emailing me in the first place about this? Get out of here. Like, don't email me about this. So then I went into the email. I went to the unsubscribe button from Snapchat emails, and I just turned off everything. Like, unironically, if you're listening, Prak, if Prak is here still listening, Prak's Snapchats are like mostly, I think, what makes me keep the app. If I didn't get daily Prak snaps, I would probably have like deleted Snapchat by now. Another fun thing is when apps undo notification settings after an update. Yeah. Yep. I love settings getting changed. Bro, I'm just like, God, like, why is Snapchat being so fucking annoying with their notifications? Like, just leave me alone. They didn't used to be like this. And I think it was like Justin was talking about this last night. How Snapchat, how they have like a TikTok mode on it, where for some reason there's just like just all these like weird random posts from just like people you don't even follow that you can just like look at. And it's like, who are you people? God, I forgot that we were watching this Drew Gooden video when Skittle was here. I forget what, I think it was like apps are becoming like stupid or something like that. I forget the exact title of the video. But one of the things that he talks about in that video is how like he has like an app that's for like controlling like the lights for like some like light strips he has or whatever, because it's like, oh, the only way to adjust them or like control them is through like an app, which I know is pretty common with like if you're getting like some like LED like RGB light strip or whatever, that it's like, oh, you use like an app to control it, which is like, all right, fair enough. But he said that like on that app there was like a fucking social media mode. I'm like, hello, like who is using that? Like, who is using like a? Because I think he was like, does everything need to be? Like, does everything all of a sudden need to be like a social media? Like that everything tries to be like an everything app. Which, yeah, it would be nice if there was just a remote that you could control it with. And but it's probably like easier, maybe, for like some of these like light manufacturers to just like be like, yep, download our app, because they don't have to like send out a they don't have to send out like a physical remote with it. They can just be like, yep, download our app to do this thing. Which, that actually is a good segue, that when Skittle was up here, so on our new stove, I found out when you preheat the oven on this new stove that we have, when it finishes preheating, it makes the loudest jingle known to man, and it goes off like 3 times. And to my knowledge, you can't like cancel it or anything. You just have to like let it do its thing and be annoying. Same with when like the timer goes off, it makes like the loudest beep known to mankind that has ever been conceived on the face of the planet. And I found out that if you download the smart app thing for Samsung or whatever, you can go into the app and turn off the sounds, but it turns off every single sound. So it's like even if you like hit like buttons like on like the stove, like normally there's like a little sound that gives like feedback that's like, yep, it's like doing something, which is kind of nice. Like it turns that off too. Like there's no option to just turn off the ridiculously loud notification or like jingles. Yeah, there's absolutely no volume setting on the stove itself. Like that like sound option was only available in the app. Cause I was like, our old stove wasn't like this. Like our old stove didn't have these like ridiculously loud beeps. Which maybe it's because people are stupid and it's like, oops, I forgot I had the oven on. Which I guess is good. Like if it's a good way to like be able to like keep people from like burning their house down accidentally, but it's like, damn, at least give me an option to make it quieter. Like that's all I want. So like whenever I use like the timer, aka if I'm like boiling eggs or something, I like always like just turn off the timer like 30 seconds in advance. Cause I'm like, nah, I don't want the neighborhood hearing this. Which, by the way, this is so fucked up, but like 2 times in a row, I made 2 soft-boiled eggs, and I don't understand why, but 2 times back to back that I did it, one of the eggs perfectly fine, no problems, and then the other egg, like it like cracked at some point after it was already in the water, and like it like cracked so bad that like even like the yolk like spewed all out of the egg and was like just all over the pot and just garbage at that point. And that happened at 2 like attempts in a row. I'm like, how does this specific thing happen? Because I vividly know for like the first time that I did it, or like the first one of those, that it was definitely not cracked like before going in. It was after like a minute of sitting in there, it just like cracked randomly, and I was like, okay. And then it happened again, and then the third time I did it, it happened again, but the yolk didn't like spew all out, so it was like fine. I was like, all right, at least it's like usable. But I was like, bruh. So last night when I made food, I was like, I'm doing fried eggs. I am not dealing with boiling eggs right now. Like the only annoying thing with doing that is because like I can do boiled eggs while I'm like cooking with the frying pan, but we only have 1 frying pan right now, so I can't like have like a second frying pan going for the eggs like while I'm cooking like the other food. That's the only annoying thing. So it's like I have to like get everything out of the frying pan and like clean the pan and then do the fried eggs. That's if we had like a second frying pan for that, I would probably like never really do boiled eggs at this point. I'm like making like the classic butter food and like, you know, get some like eggs to top it off with. Yeah, at least it didn't actually explode, thank frick. But it's like, come on, dog. Come on, dog. Being a come on, dog, I think this is about done. Oh, yeah, I don't know if I really have much else to add to this. I could play a little bit like yellow in this. A little more yellow, maybe. And like, maybe just like a quick little bit of like Just a bit of that, but this bit of the water here looks like a little like. Yeah, I think that's done to me. But I know it's a done. An hour 20. Well, I kind of missed my mark on the sub one I wanted, but that's okay. I think it still turned out not bad.